Hello, my wonderful boss women. I welcome you to our next episode of Lenka with Lenka series. Today's is episode 6, and today we are going to touch up on one very important thing. We kind of started talking about it last week, but we didn't get into the nitty-gritty amazingness of it. So today we'll be talking about the most important tool any marketer needs in their tool belt. And if you learn to use this tool properly, you will be closing one deal after another like it's no big deal. Okay, who is in? So we are talking about marketing, we are talking about network marketing, multi-level marketing, any sort of marketing. Anyone who ever wants to enroll another person or persons into their services or buying their products is marketing, right? They need people to look at what they have to offer. And if you do your role, your sharing correctly, the answer will in 99% be yes. Okay, so who wants to learn that? This was like life-changing for me. I was up until the time I figured this out and why it's important and how to do it right, I was lost. I was trying. I felt miserable. I was doing it the wrong way, basically. I was doing it the wrong way for a very long time, and I was sitting here surprised and like worried and like not knowing really what was wrong. Why not me? Why nobody wants to follow me, and why would just very few people listen to what I was sharing with them? And most of them were like, I don't think so, and they walked away. Who's got that experience? I know many of us have been through this, many of us have tried this, many of us did it the wrong way and we got kind of burned. And then a lot of people, once they have this experience once or twice or 3 times, what they do, they don't want to experience that again. They don't want to be the person who gets no's all the time, right? So what people usually do, they give up on their dream, on their business, on their action that they've been so invested in at the beginning. They kind of like, oh, maybe it's not for me, maybe I'm not good at this, maybe, I don't know, like I suck, basically. That's what I was thinking. So today I'll tell you what that tool is. We kind of started talking about it last week when we were talking about why your story matters and why your story is important and why you need to share it with the world, even though you might be feeling like, who am I and who's gonna listen to my story, and my story is not really that important or that special. You'd be surprised how many people need to hear that unique story of yours. They need to hear it because maybe they can relate to it and maybe they can learn something from it. Maybe it's gonna open their eyes to a whole new level of seeing the world and participating in it. Or maybe it's gonna inspire them to go after their dreams, right? That they gave up on. So your story needs to be heard, and it's almost like you need to go and you need to share it. Like this is your responsibility, right? You have to give it to the world because that's how you make it. So what is going to make that story really special and what is going to make it outstanding and enrolling is its structure. And there is an art to it. So whether you are in sales or marketer, or maybe you are writing a book and you want to publish, maybe you are a teacher and you just want to enroll your students into paying more attention and being engaged, maybe you are writing a script for a movie or something, you never know. Like everyone who is speaking to an audience has to follow this structure, because this is proven to work. Okay, so what is it, Lenka? Tell us already. You've been talking for way too long about nothing. just say it already. What is the structure? So I'm gonna start with one thing. People usually are looking for solution in one of the three categories, and it will be either in wealth and finances. They need more money, or they need to figure out how to solve some sort of financial issue, or they'll be looking for solution in the area of relationships. Okay, how to improve their relationships, how to find relationship, how to save relationship, how to, just be awesome in relationships, whether it's with your children, husband, co-workers, however that might look. So relationships is number 2, and number 3 is their health. Okay, so it's wealth, relationships, or health. They want to look better, they want to lose weight, they want to age backwards, they want to whatever they want to do. They just want to be overall better physically. So one of those 3 categories, people will be looking for answer from you. Okay, so what you want to do, number 1, is listen for what they are hurting, what area are they hurting at, and then you want to target that story of yours to solve that problem for them. Okay, and I'm just gonna give you a couple of examples and see if there is a similarity. Okay, see if there is a structure flow to it. So let's say you're coming to me and you are in your corporate job. You are a woman, you are, let's say, 45, 50 years old, you have few years left until you retire, but the retirement fund is not big enough for you to retire and enjoy yourself. Like, there is not enough money, and you want to create some sort of extra income to maximize that bag of money that you can use in your retirement to enjoy your life. So you're looking for solutions. You already have career, you're loving it, you have a job, you don't want to lose that job or leave that job for something new and risky, but you want to create extra cash flow. So let's say you join one of the MLM companies. Okay, so what happened for me, I was exactly in that situation. When I was about 35, I went home to visit my dad one day, and my dad is always thinking about me, and he wishes me the best, but one day he sat me down and he's like, Lenka, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, what do you mean what I'm doing? I'm on vacation here. He's like, no, with your life, what are you doing? Financially, how do you have it set up? Do you have money? Do you have retirement, or bank account somewhere, retirement account somewhere? What are you doing? You're not getting any younger. I was 35. I was like, Dad, I'm young, right? I felt young. I felt like my best years, which I was. I still am. But my dad had a good point. He was like, you need to start saving for that now, so that you're not surprised when you turn 60 that you have nothing, right? And then what? So sooner the better, basically, was what he was communicating. So I had this desire to create that for myself, and I started looking. At the same time, I told you guys it was 2008. I was going for a change of career. I wanted to become interior designer instead of teacher, so I was going to school, spending all kinds of money on my school, and running out of money even more and more. I was getting deeper and deeper into debt. So what I was facing, there was this struggle, there was this, I'm going to school, I'm going to job, now I have that retirement thing on my brain, and now how do I support myself so that I can finish the school, and I need to be making extra money? Do I get extra job around my job and my school? You heard my story before. So I was running into this, but where is time? I don't have time, I'm already maxed when it comes to my time, right? So there was that struggle, time and stress that came with it, and the money was running lower and lower, and I was just feeling really scared at the time, to be honest, and out of control. I had no control over what was going on and how it's gonna play out. So at the same time I was going through that, I was really feeling like a failure, honestly. I felt here I am, 30 something, and what did I do with my life up until now that here I am in this situation that I just described to you? I felt like a major like failure, like I got this master's degree, I'm a smart person, like why am I like running out of money and like being in this, you know, I don't know what to do. So that was really hard. And like I told you guys before, I ran some ads, or I was looking through the ads on Craigslist, and I found ad for health coaching, right? So I went to the interview. You guys heard that story before. I fell in love with the team. I started working with the company, and that's when I first like started to think outside the box a little bit, because this MLM structure, this network marketing company, was the answer. It was great. I had this epiphany, like, this is awesome. I can make money around all that craziness and lag of time that was going on, because I can do it from my phone, and I can do it while I'm driving, and I can like fit it into all these nooks and crannies of my time, right? So that was awesome. I was like, wow, I never knew this existed before. So it was like cool. And so I had a plan. I was like working, growing my client base, helping people get fit, lose weight, but my team was not growing. And I was like, wow, so what is it that I'm lacking here? What's not, you know, clicking? Like what's missing here? And I really had to start thinking, and I figured that the problem, the conflict that I had inside was I was not passionate about health and fitness. I'm not a fitness person. If you guys know me, you know what I'm talking about. I am not a fitness person. I'm not someone who's gonna be passionate about running boot camps at the beach, right? No, no. So as much as I enjoyed educating people and teaching them about how to eat right, I didn't like this fitness aspect of it. So there's always this conflict inside, and it was just not the right fit for me. And as hard as I tried to make it work, it didn't. So I decided to let go and take some time for myself. And at that time, a new opportunity fell into my lap, and a beauty company, skincare company, approached me, and with it products, you know, all that. You guys heard the story. I joined the company. Now it's a great fit, because I'm all about beauty, all about self-care, all about style, all about taking good care of yourself, aging backwards, right? So that was a perfect fit for me. Now the difference is when I speak about this new company and their products and their opportunity, comes across completely differently than before when I was talking about the fitness and all that stuff. Because now it's coming from my heart. It's coming with passion. It's coming with this like, oh my gosh, you have to hear this, you have to see this, you have to try this, you know, because this is something I believe in. This is something that's me, that's in sync, right? So that's what I achieved is like, since I joined that company, all the financial struggles are gone, you guys. All like, I can even start telling you, like, new car is in, like all the debt is paid off basically for a while now, and it's like amazing what you can create when you're passionate about something, even though if it's part-time or like in spare time or like a little bit of time. If you're passionate, you're gonna be having fun doing it, and you're gonna be creating that extra income, that stash that you need for that later on in life retirement. Okay, so that was my story. Now I'm gonna tell you about this outline, about this structure that I used for that story, and then I'm gonna tell you another story and see how that structure still applies. Okay, so first I told you my backstory. I told you about my background, where I was before, you know, with my dad, and like where I was financially, all that. I told you what my desire was: to create an extra income to support myself through school and not get deeper and deeper into debt, and create some extra cash for future. The external struggle, number 3, is what I was facing. It was the lack of time. Like, how do we find time for extra job or extra, you know, how? Like, you cannot do all of it. You cannot juggle so many plates at the same time. And internally, I felt internal struggle was that feeling of being totally like failing in life in my 30s, like failing in life. right? This is not how I planned it, you guys. This is not how I imagined it would be, okay? So, but here I was, and I had to figure it out. Now I hit that wall, right? I hit that wall, like, what now? What to do? I need to do something. And that's when I found Epiphany is the next step. Epiphany is when I found the MLM solution, which was amazing at the time. It perfectly fit like a piece of puzzle, like my situation was solved. It was great. And I had a plan, I followed that plan. But there was a conflict, okay? There was a conflict in terms of this was not the best fit. And you guys remember the first episodes that we touched upon, like how whatever you choose to do in your extra spare time to create that extra side gig, it needs to be, you need to be passionate about it. It needs to be your thing. It needs to be the right fit for you. So I don't care if you join me in my skincare company or if you join some other person in like selling, I don't know, essential oils or whatever, like could be anything, right? Or you can start writing books and publishing books, whatever it is for you, whatever you're passionate about, okay? So that was my conflict, was I was not passionate about fitness. And once I solved that conflict, I achieved, right? There was the achievement. There was now the money is flowing in. Now everything is as it needs to be. And there's this transformation. Now I know how it is. Now I can teach it to people. Now I can share it with people, okay? How I did it, because this is very important. So let's look at another. So that would be solving someone's financial question, right? But let's say someone's coming from, I don't know, their need, their problem is in the area of, what should we talk about? Let's say, I don't know, let's say relationships. And you would think like, okay, Lenka, your skincare company and relationships has nothing to do one with another, right? It's got nothing to do, with each other, but I can, if I am a skilled marketer, I can make it, okay? So it's all about how you position that message. So what I can tell you about the skincare company is, or the skincare company products and my skin that would fall into that relationship category is, okay, before, it was 2016, 2017, when I first discovered the melasma on my face. It started to like come out like crazy. Like once I turned 40, it was like out. I was like, what is this? Like I had these brown patches, like crazy, you guys. And you've seen the pictures, right? The before and after. Insane. So you cannot cover it basically with makeup, with nothing, right? So what I did, I started looking for solutions, okay? I had this desire to like take it off my face. I needed to heal my skin and I didn't know how. So first I was like, what do I do? Like, chemical peels and expensive like bleaching creams and laser and all kinds of treatments. I tried that. But again, like each of those treatments you have to do multiple times, so it's time consuming and it's also very much money consuming. Let me tell you, like that stuff is expensive, okay? So there was that external struggle. Now my internal struggle was, I felt like I want to hide day and night. Like I didn't want to come out. Like my face was like a giraffe, like seriously, like brown and light patches on my face. I was feeling very self-aware and like almost like not ashamed, but like I didn't want people to see it. I just was weird, you know. So I struggled with that a lot. When I tried all of these options, like all the chemical peels and all that stuff, bleaching, spent thousands of dollars on it, you guys, thousands. Nothing helped, like nothing helped. I hit the wall, right? Like what now? Like will I walk like that forever now? Like I'm 40, like I don't want to look like this. So you guys who struggle with this, you know what I'm talking about. Some people call it, or some women call it, pregnancy mask, right? They have it from their hormones. During the pregnancy, hormones change and it comes out like as brown dark spots on your face. Super hard to get rid of. So that was when I hit the wall. Like what next? Like I ran out of options. And then my friend miraculously at the same time I'm leaving this fitness company, friend comes and she's like, hey, I'm trying these new products, you want to try them with me? I'm like, what is it? And she's like, well, it's for this like discoloration of your skin. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, of course, like here. And I told her about what I was going through. She didn't know. So I tried the products. 9 weeks later, skin clear, right? Clear, like I was like, wow. Now the price, you can't even compare what I spent on the original treatments compared to what the products from Rodan cost is like ridiculous, like super cheap compared to what other options cost, right? So I was like, I'm all in. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, I want to do this for the rest of my life. And so I became a client. And then 2 months later, I posted my before and after picture on Facebook, on social media, and I was shocked by how many women needed that. Like, people, like my friends started coming out of the woods, really, like hey Lenka, what did you do? I have that too, and can you help me too? I'm like, wow, I'm in a business here because this is awesome. So I had a new plan, Epiphany, right? There is a solution. There is a chance for people to heal from this, and 2, lots of people need it. That was my epiphany. And the plan was like, okay, let me help my friends and my whoever needs it that I know. I'll just help them, right? And amazing quick start to my business happened because a lot of people needed it, and a lot of people are in my age or my friends, right? My family, my cousins, my sister, everybody's like around my age, so we all go through the same thing. So that's what that was. And the conflict really, same thing, like how do you convert people who you help as clients and help them also see the opportunity that they can make money with this, like I did. It's super I don't want to say easy, but it's simple. It's not a rocket science, okay? So when I started learning how to work with a team, when I started learning the online marketing systems, when I started creating systems for my team, that's when it all fell into place, right? It's all started to make sense. Now someone joins my team, they are immediately plugged into this training, beautiful structure. They go every single day, they do a little bit, and they're growing, and they can duplicate it very easily. So this is like one of the things that I had to master in the past 12 years, and I believe like I arrived. I have it now. I have a container where I can like plug people and they can just go with the plan and be successful themselves. So here is the story. Now, how does that relate to relationships? When you as a woman start aging backwards, erasing age from your face, or erasing dark spots from your face, or healing acne, you'd be amazed what it does to your confidence, to your self-confidence, your self-love, and how differently you are being with people, okay? So what happened for me, I am, instead of staying home all the time, hiding, I am now going out, saying yes to when my friends want to go out to dinner, I'll go out, like doing fun stuff. Like, you'll see me with people, and you do see me with people doing fun things. Like the other day we did hot air balloon, now we did Universal Studios last weekend, like we go to movies all the time, dinners out, wine nights, you name it, we do it. And before, I would be so scared to walk out. So my relationships with my friends are healing. I'm out there. I'm being me. I'm being happy. And now I joined the dating side. Wow. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. But before, I would not do that. So now I can. Now I'm healing my relationships with my friends and my people, and possibly building romantic relationships. So that's my story. That's possible for you as well. So you guys see there is a structure. There is a flow to this story. Now you can say this story in under 1 minute, or you can go like I just did for like a very long time, 10 minutes or so per story. Depends on the situation. Depends on, are you sitting with your friend? Are you sitting down for coffee? Are you meeting over the coffee? You can have the story that's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes long, right? If you are around a bonfire, fire and you guys are just sitting and talking and watching the fire, you can have a story that's longer. If you are on stage speaking to thousands of people, training them, and you have half an hour for your story, you can make it half an hour and put more details into it. You can do that. But if you are in the elevator and you only have 30 seconds between the floors to enroll someone and explain what you did that helped you, then you have 30 seconds. You have to master that too. So my challenge to you is to take that structure, and I'm going to put that structure down in the comments, in the comments box. But I will, I challenge you to create your own story and try to make one about the product or the service that you are offering to people, and try to target it to people's wealth, their health, and their finances. So there might be 3 versions of that story, okay? You could also play with the length of it. You can make it short, you can make it medium size, you can make it super long if you need to, right? What I am going to give you as a gift is this one tip. If you could share that story with as many adjectives as possible, speaking in your feelings more than actions, that what happened, right? Like, just try to share your story using just your feelings. Because if you could do that, if you could really explain to people or have them feel what you felt during those times, then you got them. You got them. They are yours forever. Like, if you can hook them like that, with that, imagine like a fishing hook, right? You hook them like that, they'll be your follower, they'll be your buyer, they'll be your fan, they'll be cheering for you, they'll be possibly your team member, right? So this is my challenge for you. Play with it. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if you want to practice. Maybe let's do that. I mean, I'm in for it. I do that with my team. We practice back and forth. We telling each other stories. So good luck with that, you guys. Next week we are going to talk about a very important thing, because this is one of the biggest fears, one that was like the major for me when I first joined my company, or the MLM, world 12 years ago, was I don't want to talk to anyone I don't know, and I don't want to talk to my friends and family. I want to sell the product though. I mean, yeah. So I'm going to show you how to do that, how to talk to your friends and family, how to get people interested in what you're doing without really putting that product or that offer in their face, okay? I'm going to show you how to talk to them without being salesy or pushy or creepy or all of that. So plug in next week around the same time, 6:30ish. I'll post it on Facebook here, and we'll talk about that. And between now and then, go and share your story. Share it, practice it, play with it, have fun with it. Have a good day, or evening I should say, and I will talk to you soon. Bye guys.